Hey boys and girls, welcome back. Today I'm going to read you a story called Argentina, and it is talking all about the country of Argentina. Argentina, and our focus question says, how do Argentina's people make it a special country? Some words we want to know: borders, capital, control, crops, Europe, and wheat. And we'll see those words throughout the story, and we'll talk about what they actually mean. Where is it? Argentina is the second largest country in South America. It is the 8th largest country in the world. 5 countries share borders with Argentina. So a lot of information here. They're calling it South America. That's the name of the continent. So Argentina is a country located inside of the continent of South America. And you can tell on the map here, it's really, really big. So in the entire world, it's the 8th largest country. And that word we talked about earlier, borders, that means the different countries all around it. So if you look at the different countries bordering Argentina, we see Chile, Bolivia, Paraguay, Brazil, and Uruguay. About 43 million people live in Argentina. The capital of Argentina is Buenos Aires. Its name means fair winds. About 15 million people live in Buenos Aires. So the capital, it's almost like the most popular city. It's sometimes the biggest city. It's where a lot of big buildings are, and usually where the government works. So the capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. Where is the capital in Argentina? Buenos Aires. People. Most people in Argentina live in large cities. Other people live in the country. Some of these people are farmers. They grow crops such as wheat and grapes. So when they say people live in the country, they're not talking about the country meaning Argentina the country, or the United States, or Brazil, or Tanzania. Those are all countries. When someone says they live in the country, it kind of means far away from the big city. So there's probably not a lot of big buildings and things like that. It's more of farmland in this country. And a lot of people live there, work as farmers, growing different types of things. Men, women, and children from all over the world live in Argentina. Many people are from Europe. Most people in Argentina speak Spanish. So just like in the United States, where we have many different people who come from different countries all around the world, the same is true in Argentina. Many people from the United States, from Europe, from different countries and continents all around the world might move there and live there. And the language they speak mostly is Spanish. Land. Argentina has mountains, lakes, and rivers. The Andes Mountains are in the west. They are the longest group of mountains in the world. So if you look at the map here up top on the left side of the country, the Andes Mountains you can see kind of run the whole way. Argentina has many different kinds of animals. Monkeys, wild cats, and many other animals live there. Some of the most beautiful places in Argentina are rivers. Some of the river water falls from very high places. The falls are some of the biggest in the world. So this picture on the bottom here, this is actually located right on the border between Argentina and Brazil, so almost right in between the two countries where they meet. History. People have lived in Argentina for thousands of years. Long ago, the Spanish ruled the country. Then, army leaders took control. So this is about over 200 years ago. When this picture is showing some different people, they were trying to free the country from Spain. So they wanted to be their own country. They wanted to be independent and have their own freedom. The army leaders did not let people have any say in their rules. This was unfair for most people. Today, people in Argentina can help make rules. They choose leaders who share their ways of thinking. So just like in the United States and many countries around the world, people can vote and they can make laws and change laws and vote for leaders or change leaders if they don't like who's in charge. Same is true in Argentina. But before, it was not like that. It was very unfair. They didn't have a say. They didn't get to share their opinion or talk about what they wanted. But luckily today, they get to vote and help make the rules. Celebration. One of the biggest parties in Argentina lasts for days. People dress up as clowns and animals. They have a lot of fun. There is music, dancing, and a big parade. So they're talking about something called Carnival, and it's lasts for many days, and like they're saying, it's a really big party they have in the streets. Food. People in Argentina eat meat cooked on a grill. They also eat little pies filled with meat, vegetables, or cheese. So that's just some of the popular food they're talking about. Obviously, we know that people do eat many different types of food, and a lot of the food that we might eat here in the United States, they eat there as well. Conclusion. Argentina is a country with people from all over the world. They help to make it a great place with a bright tomorrow. So as we talked about earlier, it's a very diverse country. That means that there's many different people from all different places speaking different languages who look different, okay? Kind of like the United States. People come from all over the world, and we have people who speak different, look different, act different, and that's what makes our country great. And when they say with a bright tomorrow, they're not talking about bright like if a light is shining in your face or the sun is very bright. It means like a really good future. So if someone has a bright future, they're talking about a good future ahead. So these people, these great people of Argentina, all work together to make it a great place. And then this last page here just kind of shows the map of the country on top, and the bottom what their money looks like. That is the end of our story. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you learned a lot of information about Argentina. Throughout the summer, I'm going to be sharing and posting different stories about different countries around the world. So I hope you guys check back and learn some more. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow for another story.